Lena Carter had spent her entire life living under the expectations of others. Her mother, Eleanor, had made it clear what kind of man she should marry, someone stable, successful, and respectable. Love was not about butterflies or foolish emotions. It was about security, about making the right choice for the future. Her friends had a different opinion. Love, they said, should be passionate. It should make your heart race, your soul catch fire. Anything less was settling. And then there was Lena herself, torn between these two conflicting ideas of love, unsure which one she truly believed in. At 28, she was at the age where everyone around her was settling down. Engagements filled her social media feed. Weddings filled her weekends. She had dated before, but no relationship had ever felt quite right. Either the passion faded, or the security felt stifling. Then, as if fate was playing a cruel game, two men entered her life at the same time. Jason Miller was like a lightning strike, sudden, electric, impossible to ignore. He was a traveler, a thrill seeker, the kind of man who made her feel alive with just one glance. Daniel Harper was like a quiet sunrise, steady, warm, dependable. He owned a small bookstore in town, always had a kind word, and never failed to make her feel safe in a world that often felt overwhelming. And just like that, Lena was caught between two different versions of love. Jason was intoxicating. From the moment she met him at a rooftop party in the city, she felt the spark. He was tall, confident, and had a smile that made her stomach twist in the best way. He talked about his travels, about skydiving in New Zealand and motorbiking across South America. He spoke about love like it was an adventure, something to be chased, something thrilling and unpredictable. And Lena, she felt like she was soaring every time she was with him. Their first date wasn't dinner and a movie. It was a midnight drive to the beach, where he dared her to swim under the moonlight. Their second date was a spontaneous road trip to a hidden hiking trail, where they watched the sunrise from the top of a mountain. She had never felt more alive. But then, there was Daniel. She met him in the quietest way possible, browsing through a bookstore on a rainy afternoon. He had smiled at her from behind the counter, offering her a cup of tea as she browsed. It became a habit. Every week, she found herself back in that little bookstore, talking to him about literature, life, and everything in between. Daniel wasn't the kind of man who made her heart race with reckless excitement. But he made her feel something else, something deep, something grounding. He noticed when she was having a bad day. He remembered the little details, like how she took her coffee or how she always got cold in air-conditioned rooms. He listened, not just to the words she spoke, but to the things she didn't say. And Lena found herself torn between them. With Jason, she felt excitement, adventure, passion. But with Daniel, she felt peace, security, warmth. Was love supposed to make you feel like you were flying? Or was it supposed to feel like home? As the weeks passed, Lena felt the weight of her decision pressing down on her. Her mother had already made her stance clear. Daniel is the kind of man you should be with, Eleanor said over lunch one afternoon. He has a stable job, he's responsible, and he clearly adores you. Jason, he's just a phase, a reckless, immature phase. Her sister, Rebecca, had a different take. You light up when you talk about Jason, she said. That kind of love is rare, Lena. Don't throw it away because you're scared. Lena didn't know who to listen to. Then came the night that changed everything. Jason invited her to a weekend getaway, just the two of them, a cabin by the lake, no plans, no rules. It was perfect. The days were filled with laughter, stolen kisses, and wild adventures. But something in Lena's heart felt uneasy. One night, as they sat by the fire, Jason spoke about his next adventure, backpacking through Europe for 6 months. He wanted Lena to come with him. This is love, Lena, he said, eyes burning with passion. It's about taking risks. It's about chasing the unknown together. But was that really what love was? That same weekend, Daniel called her. I know you're with Jason, he said softly. And I won't pressure you. But I just need you to know, you don't have to chase the world to find love. Sometimes, love is right in front of you, steady and unwavering. Lena's heart clenched. Jason wanted her to run with him. Daniel wanted her to stay. And for the first time, she realized she couldn't make this decision based on what others wanted. Not her mother, not Rebecca, not even Jason or Daniel. She had to choose for herself. Lena spent the next week in solitude, avoiding both men, avoiding the noise of the world. She thought about love, about what she wanted, what she needed. She thought about Jason, the thrill, the adventure, the wild nights that made her feel like she was living in a dream. But she also thought about the uncertainty, the instability, the fear that he would always be chasing something new. She thought about Daniel, the quiet moments, the deep conversations, the unwavering presence that made her feel safe. But she also thought about the doubt, the fear that maybe, just maybe, she was choosing him because it was the safer option. But then she realized something. Love wasn't about choosing between excitement and safety. It wasn't about passion versus stability. It was about choosing the person who felt right. The person who made her feel like the best version of herself. And deep down, she knew. The next evening, she walked into the bookstore. Daniel looked up, surprised but hopeful. Lena took a deep breath and smiled. I choose you. Tears filled Daniel's eyes, and in that moment, Lena felt something she had never felt before, certainty. Love wasn't about losing yourself in a whirlwind. It wasn't about settling for what was easy. It was about finding someone who made your heart feel at home. And with Daniel, she had finally found it.